Leon Love and Brian Smith, your tale of the tape. Their age is about equal. J. Leon Love, 22 years old. Brian Smith is 21. Height, an advantage for Brian Smith. Weight, though, J. Leon Love has a slight advantage. In fact, about 4 pounds. And the reach, 2 inches advantage for Brian Smith. And let's take a look at the rules of the bout under the California State Athletic Commission. There is no standing 8 count. There is no 3 knockdown rule in effect. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. And the referee or doctor can indeed stop the fight. And as you hear the tones of the late, great Michael Jackson, I believe, and we'll see how much of a thriller he is. Here is Brian Smith out of Toledo, Ohio. Sergio is very familiar with J. Leon Love, having faced him in the amateurs. How much of an advantage or disadvantage is that, having some familiarity from the amateur ranks?
Well, he knows what to expect, and he has that advantage, the fact that he beat him already. So he's a very confident fighter. He has a lot of experience. He has that pedigree behind him. It should be a pretty easy night for him, if I may say so.
And so there you have it. That is Brian Smith with a record of 0-2, and he will be facing a very good-looking prospect out of the Motor City, a place known for producing champions as if they came off an assembly line in Motown. And we take a look at that man right there, J. Leon Love. 2 fights in, he has not seen the second round. Sergio, we might have a short night here.
That's what I said earlier. This guy right here is someone to watch. He's very, very exciting, very powerful, and he has a style that makes you want to like him. This is a guy I'm looking forward to watch.
On January the 10th, he stopped Vince Burkhalter in his pro debut in 1. Then February in Augusta, Georgia, he took out Rufus Defebaugh in 1. Will he see round number 2 tonight at the Commerce Casino? That is the question for J. Leon Love. We are scheduled for 4 in the super middleweight division. So let's get the official announcement. Let's go up to Thomas Schreiber.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues, and it is brought to you by TKO Boxing in association with Hennessy Sports, the Super Channel, and La Cage au Sport. It is scheduled for 4 rounds in the super middleweight division, and when the bell rings, our referee in charge will be Raul Kais Jr. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner, he's wearing black trunks and weighed in at 161 pounds. Coming to us from Toledo, Ohio, he brings with him a professional record of no wins and 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Fabulous Brian Smith. And his opponent fighting tonight out of the red corner, he's wearing blue trunks with white trim and weighed in at 165¼ pounds. Hailing from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan, he is undefeated with 2 wins, and both of those wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing J. Leon Love.
Please, fighter chief second only. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece, please. Mouthpiece. All right, gentlemen, you received the instructions in the dressing room. You know what I expect from you, a good, clean fight. Legal punches are here on the touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
So the stage is set. J. Leon Love taking on Brian Smith. Some history on J. Leon Love. When you think of Detroit, you think of the Kronk Gym, and in fact, he does have an association with them, Sergio. His first trainer was Walter Smith, who just recently passed. Legendary figure out of that gym, and in the past couple of years has been able to spar with the likes of Andy Lee and Jermaine Taylor. Sergio, a few years ago you were in that position as a young amateur getting great experience. That is invaluable, isn't it?
You can't beat that. You can't get that experience anywhere else. I sparred Terry Norris when I was 17 years old, and after that it just gives you that confidence that you can be in there with some of the best fighters in the world.
No punch. Under control. Bodies.
J. Leon Love in the blue trunks with the white trim. Brian Smith in the black with the yellow lettering of Toledo, his hometown. Got a Big Ten battle here. J. Leon Love out of Detroit, Brian Smith out of Toledo, Ohio.
J. Leon looks like a linebacker. He has a sturdy stance, very strong. Rippled muscles all over his back. It looks like he's a very strong puncher.
If you wanted to draw up a prize fighter physically, I know this is not bodybuilding, but this is the way you want them to look when it comes to J. Leon Love.
Definitely. I like what I'm seeing so far from Love. He's patient. For having 2 fights and 2 knockouts, I would think he would be a little bit more eager to knock this guy out. But I like what I'm seeing so far, putting some nice punches together there.
Sergio, from a developmental standpoint, I know it's very early, only his 3rd pro fight, but would the best thing for him tonight be to get some rounds under his bank after 2 early first-round knockouts?
It's always that way with amateur prospects, especially guys that are used to hurting guys, whether in sparring or as amateurs. They need to get those rounds in there. They're very invaluable. So I wouldn't mind him going 3-4 rounds, going the distance here.
See, immediately, physically, Brian Smith, one advantage he has. He's a tall, rangy guy. Does J. Leon Love need to double up the jab to close the distance just a little bit more effectively?
Double or triple up the jab. Also, since he's dealing with the taller fighter, I would like to see Leon Love jab to the stomach. Maybe set something up top.
Let him out. Put down there. Hand it free. Let's go. Let him go. Let him go.
And believe it or not, this is uncharted territory for J. Leon Love. He has never gone this far in a professional contest with 30 seconds to go here in the opening round of this 4-round super middleweight battle from the Commerce Casino.
I see what Smith is trying to do. I kind of like what I'm seeing with Smith. He's just trying to time Leon while he comes in. He wants to counter him with that left hook. He's caught him with it a couple times. I think Leon needs to be a little careful when he comes in like that. But so far, great round for Love. Great body shots there. Great body shots.
And so that is the end of round number 1. And for the first time in his young fledgling career, J. Leon Love will see round number 2. Folks, Strikeforce, Showtime Strikeforce MMA heavyweight champion Alistair Overeem will defend his title against Brett Rogers. Plus, catch Andre Orlovsky as he faces off against Antonio Silva May 15th starting at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on Super Channel Fights.
That's exactly
Now we take a look at the corner of J. Leon Love, who for the first time will see round number 2.
Mouthpiece.
Sergio, if you were in the corner of J. Leon Love, what advice would you have given?
I would tell him that he's doing good. I like the way that he didn't get carried away there trying to knock him out. To jab to the stomach, keep doing what he's doing. Just don't look for that one big shot that he's looking for. He's just looking to set up that right hand. And he's getting countered, actually, by Smith pretty nicely.
And you can see Love, every time he seems to dip with that left hook, a right hand over the top seems to come his way. Brian Smith made his pro debut February of '09, knocked down 3 by Philip Jackson Benson. Then in May of that year, lost a 4-round decision to Willie Fortune.
Yeah, Smith is a survivor. You can tell already. He's one of them guys that have a sparring partner mentality where he's not really in there to win, but he's not in there to get hurt and knocked out either.
No punch, no punch. Here we go. Box.
There we go. That's what I wanted to see. The jab to the stomach. upstairs and downstairs, and that's going to open up a little bit more for Jalen. There we go.
Sergio, seems like he's made an adjustment. He's not just rushing in there now. You can see the use of the feint because he was timed a little bit there in round number 1 as he gets to the canvas. Down goes Brian Smith. It seemed to be a right hand to the body. And we have our first knockdown of the night.
6, okay?
It was a body shot.
Hey, watch him, hands up.
Love is a very strong puncher, and he put everything behind that, but he set it up with jabs.
All right, Brian Smith has a minute 12 to survive here in round number 2. He has tasted the canvas from the hard-hitting Jalen Love out of Detroit, Michigan. And there seemed to be, well, there seemed to be a little bit of hesitation by the referee, Raul Calles Jr. That almost seemed to be a knockdown. He seemed to be laying on the road. But you see Jalen Love now putting together the offensive pressure.
Smith losing focus there, looking somewhere else, his mind somewhere else. He better be paying attention to Love because right now, Jalen is not showing no love to Smith.
Brian Smith seems to be in quicksand now here in round number 2. With about a half minute to go, and there's a double left hook from Love, and this fight is immediately waved off by Raul Calles Jr. There's no count to be given as Jalen Love surges in round number 2. Pretty impressive the way he made some adjustments here in the second frame.
Yeah, very impressive. I like what I saw. He kept his cool, he kept his patience. He took that jab downstairs and he finished him off like he was supposed to.
Jalen Love, for the first time in his professional career, sees round number 3, but he scores his 3rd knockout in as many outings. This is certainly a young man to keep an eye out on.
Yeah, very strong. I like what I saw. He wasn't really a bull rushing there, and he wasn't really showing the inexperience of a young power puncher. I like what I saw.
And there you see Brian Smith, who seems to be okay, tasted the canvas twice in round number 2, and it seemed to be at the hands of a couple of left hooks to the body from that young man, Jalen Love, out of Detroit, Michigan. And take a look at that lineage of all those fighters from Detroit, going back to Joe Louis, Tommy Hearns, Michael Moore, the list goes on, and we take a look at some of the action we just saw between Jalen Love and Brian Smith.
There you go. He set him up with that jab nicely. Smith was against the ropes. It was a body shot. Left hook to the body. Caught him there solidly. There we go. Love catching him with a left hook. But by then, it wasn't really the punch that knocked him down. Smith was just looking for a way out.
Yeah, he had begun to fold his tent in round number 2. And you take a look at that double left hand from Jalen Love, showing an explosive offensive arsenal. Okay, so Jalen Love remains undefeated. Let's go for the official announcement. We throw it up top to Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes, 26 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by way of knockout and still undefeated, Jalen Love.
Let's get everybody to look at you, baby.
Future, Sergio.
Yeah, I like what I see so far. He has that smile. So he has the look, he has the punch. He has a bright future, this young man. I like him.
He certainly has that look. He can box and looks like he can certainly bang, as the early record indicates. He moves to 3-0. So many great fighters out of Detroit, Michigan. The question is, will he be the next one? And once again, let's take a look at some of the action from round number 2, Sergio. He really closed the show well.
It was a left hook right there. It wasn't really that clean of a shot, but by this time, Smith was already hurting to the body. You could see that he was covering up his rib cage pretty nicely there. Leon was in control the entire time. He knew he had his man retreating there, and it was only a matter of time.
And it was not even an issue of counting